want to give you a massive game-changing, reality-changing concept that you can use because you are the questions you ask yourself. It's all about self-talk, happiness, state, whatever you want to call it, is all about daily self-talk. You are the questions you ask yourself, and therefore the answers that you give in your internal narrative. So much about the quality of your life depends on your internal narrative, which depends on the internal questions you ask yourself, and therefore the solutions that you offer yourself. The big question, this has been a game changer for me, is before you start doing an action, ask yourself, does this action lead to my consistent happiness? Will doing this make me consistently happier? Ask that question. Will doing this make me consistently happier? And you could go through the entirety of your day and your routine and your program, the kind of program you're running on. I hope you're running on a program. I hope you're getting up early, going through your morning routine. You're on my strategy, on the tick, how to get organized. You're waiting for my course, How to Play the Game of Life, which is going to even improve and accelerate that by about 10x. But you're running through your program, you're running through your organizational system, and you're asking yourself, if you're adding something in, or you're struggling, or you're doing something that you don't know, you don't have certainty on, you have a belief but you don't have certainty on it, ask yourself, does this action make me consistently happier? Will this action make me consistently happier over time? And it's either a hell yes or hell no. I can tell you that the cigarette, or the bag of chips, or the almost every vice that you have, the answer is no. It might give you a little bit of short-term pleasure, but long-term it does not increase your consistent happiness. Okay? And doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of happiness. That's what it's like for a lot of people caught up in vices. You literally go, no, this does not increase my consistent happiness. In fact, this is going to decimate my consistent happiness. Okay? Heroin will destroy your consistent happiness. It might make you feel super happy for that moment, but over time, day in, day out, it's going to destroy your consistent happiness. That's why we need to start looking in terms of creating ideal days, right? We can only live one day at a time. What we want to do is we want to create a lifestyle where you're healthy, you're wealthy, your relationships are good, your lifestyle is good, you live in the sunshine, you wake up early, you hammer out a morning routine, feel good about that. You hammer out some exercise, feel good about that. You hammer out inspiring, purposeful work where you help others, you serve others, you are a part of positivity. You're a servant of God in helping others and creating positivity, and hopefully getting paid handsomely for it. Okay? You finish off the day perhaps with some more exercise, perhaps seeing people that you love, getting a good meal in, finishing the night, reading a book, seeing people you love, playing guitar, reading about personal development, watching about personal development. Okay, we're creating the ideal day that you live consistently, day in, day out. This is the name of the game. This is true luxury, is having that system where you live where you want and the day looks like how you want it for consistent happiness. So if you're running into a bunch of areas and a bunch of vices and having problems, ask yourself every time before you do this, will this make me consistently happier? Okay? You might not want to go to the gym, but the gym will make you consistently happier. You might not want to eat healthy, but eating healthy will make you consistently happier. And look, I'm not perfect with this stuff at all, but I at least want to give you the game. Okay? I at least want to give you the game so you can isolate if you have a problem. And asking this question, if you ask yourself this question throughout the day over the next week, it will unlock so much information for you where you can be like, okay, at least I understand where my problems are. At least I understand that I do have vices. At least I understand that these certain areas of my life are lacking. At least I understand that I am consciously making mistakes, whereas now, before, I was unconsciously making those mistakes. And so I can start to see what triggers that. Okay, stress triggers that. Where do I feel the stress? I feel it as a sensation in my solar plexus that leads to heat going up through my kidneys, which leads to nausea, which leads to, okay, you want to go have a cigarette, you want to go watch pornography, you want to go eat a bag of chips, you want to go Do something else that doesn't lead to your consistent happiness because you're in emotional pain and you're grasping for any type of short-term pleasure. Even if it's just food, a mouth pleasure that like isn't even gonna make you feel good too much in the short term. And so you can totally analyze that down to like a granular level, but it starts with, does this action make me consistently happier? And if you find that that action doesn't make you consistently happier, ask yourself, like, what's triggering me to do this? You'll probably get an answer. And then you say, can I release the thought to do this negative action? A lot of the time the answer is going to be yes, and it's that simple. It's that simple to release a craving. If not, ask yourself, can I release the resistance to letting go of this action? Okay, this is something called the Sedona method, and I found it quite useful. But what else is also useful is just being the opposite. The Wes Watson, just the power down and grit your teeth. Whatever one works for you, okay? But the start of the action is, does this action make me consistently happier? Okay? I'll walk through what I did today. I woke up, did my morning routine. Morning routine makes me consistently happier. I have about 10 things that I do in the morning. Usually answering emails, responding to people on WhatsApp, grooming, various things like that. For me, the morning routine is about getting the personal and daily business tasks out of the way as quick as I can. I want to ideally do that before 7 o'clock. I get up between 6, 7, and 8. Okay? I've got 3 alarms, 6, 7, and 8. Usually I'm up between that 6 to 7 range. Today I was up at about 7:10. Got a really good sleep last night. That's also adds to my consistent happiness. After which, okay, showered up, did 30 minutes on my course, how to play the game of life. That turned into about an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, I just make sure I do 30 minutes a day. Sometimes it leads to 4, 5, 6 hours like it did yesterday. Sometimes not. I plan on doing more today, but that at least gets the wheels turning, and because it's not something that I want to do, but I know that that course is going to be so valuable to you guys. It's going to massively lead to my consistent happiness in the future, your consistent happiness. It's going to make me a lot of money, which is going to make me even happier. So that was done. After that, hitting those positive YouTube videos. I'm back on the homie Wes Watson. I'm back off Dr. DeMartini. Okay, I've got a lot from him, but to be honest, I like the idea of going hard and pushing and aiming to win those days. So I'm always on something though, whether it's Grant Cardone or whether it's, don't think just because I'm a quote guru that I'm not a student in the rest of my life. Like, pretty much if I'm watching something, I'm always a student of. I'm watching or reading about economics. I'm reading about from Ray Dalio about the end of the U.S. dollar privilege. I'm looking on YouTube. I'm like, who's going to inspire me today? Who's got some game for me today? Bulk of the time, I'm in student mode. All right. So I'm getting my game. I'm getting my YouTube leveled up, and I'm hitting the gym. Walked to the gym, banged out a powerful workout, came back, showered up again, second shower of the day. Lay down for about 20 minutes to recharge my energy with my construction earmuffs on, AC on. Woke up looking at the sunshine. Messaged my lady friend. We had a fight last night. That did not lead to my consistent happiness. I knew in the moment I was doing it. I expressed my anger about a few things, and I knew in the moment that was not going to make me happy. Did it anyways, and the fallout was the reverberations. I've thought about it 100 times since then. Anytime I'm in an argument with somebody or if there's some type of fight, almost never leads to more consistent happiness. But I was in an emotional state. The emotional triggers overwhelmed me. Anger is something I've had. I have a strong temper my whole life. Anybody that has a strong will has a strong temper, okay? But it's about asking that question, catching it before it happens. So anyways, I apologize this morning. I'm doing damage control today. Not too much. I do feel like some of my grievances were justified. It was just in the manner, I could have handled that in a more mature manner. Okay. But there's not one day where I don't do something stupid, like where I don't, like I forget to ask this question, or I ask the question and I just do it anyways. Be like, fuck it, I want that cheeseburger. But at least I'm in the game, okay? So I'm just trying to put you in the game. Like, if you're not in the game, at least this question, this state control stuff, guys, is going to change your fucking life. It's going to put you massively into the game. So anyways, I felt a little bit better after, I apologize. And then for about 30 minutes, I put off doing this video because I was looking through my Evernote, and I wasn't feeling super inspired until I found this draft. I've got about 250 rough drafts. I said, this is the draft that I'm going to do today. I'm going to go all in on that one question, on getting guys consistently happier, okay? Helping them out of conditional happiness and try and remove as many conditions as possible to your happiness. And that's all about gratitude, okay? It's all about gratitude. Love and gratitude and happiness are the same emotion. So if you can get to a place where you're grateful for what you have, and then you start asking yourself, do these actions make me consistently happier? Like, you're making structural change by removing actions that are sabotaging you, actions that are causing you to go into vices, actions that are causing you to feel negative over time. Exponential, massive change can happen this week, can happen today if you see it, okay?